I did my first confession in 7 years today, and what the priest told me throughout that confession changed the entire perspective on self improvement and specifically problem solving. So, if you're going for some sort of a rut or just you're constantly encountering some problem and it's just growing and growing and growing and you cannot solve that, I think that this video will benefit you greatly. So, first of all, for context, my name is Linus. I am 17 years old, currently going to school, but also I own an online business. Um, yeah, as I said, I go to school. I'm a Christian, and constantly on a self-improvement journey, just trying to change my life and just helping some of you watching do the same, because I would say that I might just be a little bit ahead of some of you in certain topics or certain issues. So I'm just trying to share my very, very recent learning. So I think that this video might be very, very beneficial to you. So yeah, let's get back into the video. So yeah, today I went to church. I always go to church, and I was presented with the opportunity to do my confession. And I was pretty reluctant just because of how busy the day was. I still decided to go. And as I went to do my confession, right, basically what I told the priest was that I am struggling right now with my family, just not spending enough time with them, and yeah, that I just want to start spending more time with them. And here's what he told me. He said, next time, be more specific. He said, when you go home right now, sit in silence and meditate on the issue. Think of a specific moment in your life, in your recent life, where this problem that you presented me with happened, and just ask God to help you. That was his advice. Really, really remember the situation you were in, be more specific, and then ask for help. And the lesson here for me was that whatever problem that you have right now on your journey, right, doesn't necessarily have to be a very big problem. Of course, it can be a big problem, right? But we are always encountering some sort of problems, where that's of consistency, discipline, addictions. And what we'd just like to say is that I'm undisciplined. I'm someone who scrolls a lot. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And when you try to kind of solve that problem, for example, if you say I'm undisciplined, to become more disciplined, you're going nowhere just because you're not choosing specific situations where you find yourself undisciplined in. So that was a very, very important lesson that I've learned, and is that I need to be more specific. I cannot say I'm undisciplined. This fixes nothing. You need to understand what exactly is the situation where you were undisciplined in. What was the exact moment? This this is the way that you would get the answer as to what your struggle is. When you actually can decipher what moments you mess up, and you know exactly what's the root cause of the problem. And the same for me. If I know what are the parts in my day-to-day life where I could be behaving differently with my family, perhaps, you know, I already know what I need to work on. And it doesn't become as vague as I want to improve X, I want to improve Y. No, it needs to become super, super specific, and that's how you're going to be able to solve your problems the fastest. So that was basically, you know, my main takeaway. And right now I need to, I know exactly what I need to work on. I'm just going to be analyzing specific situations where I messed up, and how I could be doing better. So if you're trying to fix something in your life, don't just label yourself with the problem. Find a specific exact moment where you messed up, and that's where it all starts. When you can pinpoint an exact moment where you messed up, you're already halfway there, because most people, they don't understand that, they don't look for that, and they never find it. You know why? Because they don't even look for it. Okay? So if you can find that, right, you will be ahead of 99% of the people already. And once you have found it, you are most likely going to put in some effort to prevent that from happening the next time. So really hope this helps. Thank you for watching. Drop a subscribe if you want to keep following my journey and keep listening to some of the lessons that I have to share, and stay blessed.